Pahrump, are you getting tired of being capped on your internet? Well, not anymore. Wave Direct has no data caps, and with great local customer service, why go anywhere else? 30-day trials are available. Call 775-253-3887.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, the only law firm in Pahrump with a low price guarantee. Located at 41 North Highway 160, Unit 11. Call 400-0000.
Tonight on News 46, a ribbon cutting is held at a pistachio farm. Will a ballot question regarding the town board be up for vote? The USDA food commodities will be available this weekend. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 8th, 2014. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon cutting on Blag this morning for a longtime nut farm that just became a chamber member.
Good morning, everyone. We're here to welcome OU Nuts as a new member to the Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with Ron Thaxton and May Lee, OU, and we are at this time would like to welcome them, and their son is going to cut the ribbon for us. Go ahead and cut the ribbon. Cut. Thank you. Yay!
Well, it's a family farm. We're the only people that work here. We planted our trees in 2001, and we're growing pistachios and fresh vegetables and fruits.
How long have you been here in Pahrump with your farm?
We moved here in 1998.
And so you sell them on the markets, you sell them privately, where?
We sell them right here at the farm. We have them in a couple of stores and markets, and we do events like the park on the 4th of July and Pahrump Nugget parking lot.
And you had a ribbon cutting today. Tell me what that means to you.
What does that mean to us? Oh, it means we want more people to know what we're doing here and to come by and visit us at the farm.
Tell me a little bit about these trees behind us, these pistachio trees. What's it like to grow these here in the desert?
Well, they're desert trees. They come from the Mediterranean, so they like really hot weather in the summer and cold in the winter. Mm-hmm. They go dormant in the winter, so this is actually an excellent climate for the trees.
And a little bit about the processing of these nuts.
Well, we harvest once a year. When the nuts come off the trees, they have a fibrous husk around the nut that has to come off within about 48 hours. And we have a shaker, and we gather the trees, and we take them to processors.
And then how many trees do you have on this property?
We have 1,900 trees.
Wow, lots of trees. They stop by, or do you have a phone number, website?
They can stop by, yes. Don't have a website, but we can be found if you look under pistachios and Pahrump. You can find our phone numbers on the web there.
And where are you located?
We're at 3400 North Blag. It's a half-mile north of Bella Vista.
The Pahrump Town Board will be no longer a form of government by the end of this year unless the public speaks up and lets the county commissioners know that they would like to have a question placed on the November ballot.
You know, we tried, and I wrote an open letter saying that we were novices. It's something that we hadn't done before, did not really know what we were doing, but it was an effort, and we did the best we could.
How many signatures did you get initially, and then you also had to put out another one, and why?
Well, I had to start over because there was a legal issue. We hadn't followed the NRS exactly. Once we found out that we hadn't, we were told by the county clerk that we had to start over and use the new date. And that gave us only 7 days to collect the 2639 signatures.
And how many total did you guys get?
We got just under 500, but I do want to say that this morning I received 20 more signatures. And these were some that were signed, some of them were signed just before the new date.
Yeah.
So they felt that they weren't going to be counted, so they didn't turn them in.
And then what can the citizens do now, because this has not met the criteria to be put on the November ballot, right?
Well, it's going to be up to the citizens and the county commissioners. If the citizens come forward and give the county commissioners a strong argument, they could put it on the ballot for 2014.
So the county commissioners can just decide that they would like to put on the ballot for a question again?
Absolutely. They could probably do that. I don't think there's anything that would keep them from doing it if they wanted to. But it's going to be up to the citizens to let the county commissioners know what they want to do. If we were trying to get 2,639 signatures. If 2,000 people came forward, I think the commissioners would listen. I hope they'll listen to the 500 signatures that we received.
And then just decide to put it out there and see how it goes.
Absolutely. The people would still have the vote. And if they voted not to have an elected town board, so be it. If they voted to have one, then so be it as well.
And so are you guys putting it in the hands of the citizens right now at this point to see what they're going to do, see if they're interested, and then see for the county commissioner's response?
Now, since I wasn't in charge of the petition drive, I'm hoping that the citizens will step forward and say really what they want to do. And, from everybody I've talked to, they really want to see it on the ballot, and they want to see it in 2014. I know that there are several who say, let's wait until 2016, see how the commissioners do. But why do that when we're looking at the expertise of the town people, the staff that works for the town. And if we lose that expertise, it could be lost forever.
Commissioner Butch Boraski gives his opinion regarding placing an item on the November ballot.
I personally think they should just give up and let it go. I mean, they didn't get the signatures. Apparently they got some signatures, but they weren't done right. And even Tom admitted article in the paper or something that they didn't quite follow the right procedure. So sometimes you keep beating a dead horse, you get the same results.
So yeah. Is there anything that they can do at this point, or they're kind of asking for the commissioners that if they would like to put the item on the...
Well, they keep asking me to put something on, and I told the chairman yesterday, I'll give you a public petitioner form. You can put it on there, and then we'll see if the board wants to address it. Again, we keep beating a dead horse here, and doesn't seem to want to go anywhere or do anything. And it's unfortunate that all of this had to happen to begin with, but time to put it behind us. And there's really no I in teamwork, and that's what we need right now is teamwork.
Well, coming up after the break, find out which state is the latest to join the medical marijuana movement.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Integrity Taxi. Reliable, safe, and fun. Call Integrity Taxi at 751-1111.
Welcome back to News 46. New York became the latest state to permit the use of medical marijuana on Monday. Governor Andrew Cuomo signed the Compassionate Care Act, which allows doctors to prescribe marijuana in a non-smokable form to patients with serious ailments that are recognized by the state on a predefined but flexible list of conditions. The bill was passed by the state assembly and Senate in June. Cuomo said Monday that it was difficult to develop and pass the bill because it needed to embrace increased medical acceptance of marijuana while rejecting situations and conditions that state legislators said could have good intent and bad results. Well, government officials say workers cleaning a storage room at a research center made a startling discovery last week. Decades-old vials of smallpox forgotten in a cardboard box. The only other known smallpox samples are in super secure labs in the U.S. and Russia. Officials say the 6 vials of the freeze-dried virus were sealed and posed no immediate danger. The virus usually has to be kept cold to remain alive and dangerous. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says these were stored at room temperature. Further tests will determine if the samples are dead. The vials were found at the National Institute of Health in Maryland and may have been stored there since the 1950s. One of the most deadly diseases in history, smallpox was declared eradicated in the 1980s. Well, folks, Noah Began reports about some of the possible requirements for a building permit in today's Angie's List report.
Do you need a permit to renovate your bathroom? What about to build a deck? It can be confusing for homeowners to figure out, but shouldn't be ignored. In today's Angie's List report, how to determine if your project requires a permit and the pitfalls of not pulling one.
We're removing an inside wall to make a more open space and actually moving the kitchen to the opposite side of the room, making it an open kitchen with an island.
Mark Stauffer has lived in this home for 35 years, and he decided it's time to make some updates.
There is electrical, plumbing, and structural work being done, and those all require permits.
Whether your home improvement project requires a permit varies depending on where you live, but most laws require that you not build, move, significantly alter, or add to a building without a permit.
It actually provides you important protection. For example, in some scenarios, a contractor must be licensed in order to get the permit, so it adds an extra layer of protection for you.
Remodeler Thomas Pearson says a fair amount of planning must be done before pulling a permit.
It's very important that if the room addition's being built, that the setbacks are correct. There's a certain amount that you're supposed to have. And planning is the most important part of the job. If the planning is done very well in the beginning, the rest of the job will run well.
A permit for a small project may cost in the $100 range or less, while a bigger project like a home addition can cost more than $900. If you skip the permit process in order to save a few bucks, Angie's List warns you that you could end up paying more in the long run.
If you skip pulling your permit, you might end up paying fines. They could stop the work that's being done. They might actually make you redo it. And in some scenarios, if it comes down to electrical work and the electrical work causes a fire, your homeowner's insurance may not cover it.
Angie's List says if a contractor asks you to pull your own permits, that could be a red flag that the contractor isn't insured or doesn't have the required license to do the work. So where do you go to learn if your project requires a permit? No matter whether you are hiring a contractor or doing the work yourself, check with your local building department. Do your own research and question any contractor who remodels without pulling a permit. I'm Noah Began for News 46.
Thank you, Noah. We'll find out when and where the USDA food commodities will be this weekend, coming up after the break.
Pahrump Early Learning Academy, our goal is to provide a complete nurturing environment for the growth and development of the whole child, socially, emotionally, physically, and intellectually. Children are natural explorers and need hands-on experiences to help stimulate their own imaginations. We strive to meet the needs of each individual child at their developmental level through planned activities, plus help each child attain a higher level of achievement. Call 751-5335 for more information.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. The USDA food commodities will be held this Saturday at New Hope Fellowship.
Today we're doing Path of Hope, which is our every Wednesday food giveaway for anybody that needs food here in the valley, and we do it from 10 to 12, and anybody that's in need of food can come down and they can drive through or walk through. I'm here with Deanna to announce that on September 12th we're going to do USDA commodities, and it's a little different than this is today, that what you're seeing. because it's run by the state of Nevada. We do it here at the church, and it's strictly drive-through. People come through from the back of the property, so it's opposite of what you see today. And you do have to have a Nevada ID or driver's license, and with a Pahrump address on it. It has to be current, and it has to be a valid ID. And then you have to have proof of the address. I've lately been telling people, if you have a post office box, get something from the post office, something from somebody that has both addresses, so we have your physical address and your postal address, because we need both. Or we need the physical address more.
And then these Wednesday ones don't require the same thing, so people can drive up during these ones. But once again, the date of the USDA.
USDA is Saturday, July 12th, and it's from 9 to 11. We try and open early. So usually we're open by 7:30, 8 o'clock. We try, but we always allow ourselves till 9, and we do close right at 11 o'clock. We shut the gates, unless you're already in line.
Where are you guys at?
We are right here at 780 at New Hope Fellowship, 781 West Street, and that's in Pahrump. And the lineup is on 3rd and Central. And
for more information, is there a number to call?
Right, you can call my cell. And my cell is 775-513-2864, or you can call the church, New Hope Fellowship, at 775-751-1867.
You guys are looking for volunteers to help out too as well?
Yes, we are. We're always looking for volunteers, and you do have to be here at 6 in the morning, which right now is a good thing because it's hot.
Well, Ford is recalling over 100,000 vehicles in North America for various safety defects. The company announced the 6 separate recalls today. No injuries related to the defects have been reported. The largest recall of over 92,000 vehicles affects the 2013 and 2014 Taurus, Lincoln MKS, and Police Interceptor sedans, the Flex and Lincoln MKT crossovers, the 2012-2014 Edge and 2014 Lincoln MKX. Ford says the right-hand half shaft, which is part of the axle, may disintegrate over time, making the vehicles inoperable. Ford is recalling 5,264 vehicles in 2011-2014 F-59 commercial striped chassis because corrosion could lead to a fire risk. It's also recalling 2,124 Escape SUVs from the 2014 model year because their panoramic glass proofs might leak or fall out. Ford will notify owners and dealers who will repair the vehicles for free. Now here's Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Tuesday, July 8th. I'm Angela Miles. The price of oil is finally starting to slide. During the past 2 months, oil futures have been climbing on geopolitical tensions in Ukraine and Iraq. But after reaching a high this summer of $107 per barrel, oil prices slid below 103 in trading yesterday on word Libya will be producing more oil for the market. Amazon cracks the top 10 of an important list of stores. The online giant is now the 9th largest American retailer, according to the National Retail Federation. It's a first for the e-tailer. Last year, Amazon sales jumped to $44 billion. Walmart still tops the list, followed by Kroger, Costco, Target, and Home Depot in the top 5 spots. And box office blues. A big July 4th holiday weekend was disappointing. Business was down 44% from last year, making it the worst July 4th since 1987. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Well, folks, keep it here because right after these messages, we're going to have your weather with Noah Began.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Tuesday, July 8th. Today we had partly cloudy skies with a high of 105 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 104 degrees. Winds are coming from the south-southwest today at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 10 miles per hour. The UV index today was 11, which is extreme. Humidity was at 22%. Sunrise was at 5:34 this morning, and the record high in 1989 was 113 degrees. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a chance of scattered thunderstorms. Your low will be 79 degrees. Your average temperature on this time of year is 81 degrees. Winds will be coming from the east at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 25%. Sunset will be at 8:04 p.m. and the record low in 1938 was 60 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 104 degrees and a low of 78 degrees. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 22%. Sunrise will be at 5:35 a.m. and the UV index will be 11, which is extreme. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly cloudy week. We'll start off with a couple sunny days, but the clouds will be rolling in there on Friday, and they'll probably be sticking around for a while. Your high temperatures will be ranging from the high 90s to the low 100s, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the mid 70s to the low 80s.
Thank you, Noah. Well, if you're looking for great deals on secondhand furniture or clothing, head over to the Cancer Victim Thrift Store. I actually just bought a couple pieces of furniture, and Jeff helped me find exactly what I was looking for. And I said I wouldn't mention his name, but I did anyway. So thank you again, Jeff. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell. From everyone up here at News 46, we hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.